What it do, YouTube? Back on the channel again. I appreciate you guys. Definitely like, comment, and subscribe. So, you guys, I have received some information regarding the Carlee Russell case. Um, Basically, they're saying that the newest developments. They're supposed to be holding a press conference today. For this, and that's coming from Chief Nicholas C. Durzis, and that's the Hoover Police Department. But basically, they're saying that they're unable to find any evidence of a toddler walking on the interstate. They're also saying that she purchased snacks after she purchased the food that she purchased when she got off work. In her vehicle, we of course knew that she had her wig, her Apple Watch, and her phone, and of course the vehicle itself. The snacks were not in there. Also, they're basically saying that it was a hoax, you guys. Just to pretty much sum it up. Let me see. I'm pulling up their statement. Yeah, so they're basically just saying it's a hoax. I kind of was feeling weird about it once I heard about the snacks thing, which I know that it could potentially not be that, but it just seems like they are not able to find anything that really can corroborate with her story. They also said detectives have obtained surveillance video from Carlee's neighborhood, which shows her walking down the sidewalk alone prior to her arrival at her residence. It also says the fire department radio traffic obtained by several media outlets shows that medics were dispatched to her residence on an unresponsive but breathing person. They said that they had said that, but they were just given the information about her condition at the time that was from the dispatcher relying information from the 911 caller. So it sounds like that wasn't 100% true. It seemed like she was communicating and, of course, alive when she came. Let me see. Yeah, so they're saying that the first responders arrived on scene. They found her conscious and speaking, and she was transported in that condition, and she was later treated and released from, I think it was UAB Hospital. They are still investigating information, but it's not sounding the best. But I mean, it does look like some people are saying that they might still. Like, I see a person saying she went to Target prior to the disappearance. The snacks she purchased weren't left at the scene, so if she was abducted, the snacks were taken too because investigators couldn't locate them. I don't know about that, but yeah, it sounds fishy. I don't know. I'm glad that she is home. Of course, this whole situation is extremely eerie. And I was hoping that it would be something different, to report about this, but I think that's going to be about it because they're going to give a press conference here in about 30 minutes. But they pretty much have told them, what it's going to be regarding with that. But yeah, ugh. And I'm just be honest. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of this woman. Her name is Sherry Papini. Sherry Papini, basically, it says she was arrested by the FBI, accused of lying to federal agents and faking her kidnapping. Spent time with her ex-boyfriend away from her husband and family. 6 weeks after her arrest, she signed a plea deal admitting that she had orchestrated the hoax. In September 2022, she was sentenced to 18 months in prison and was fined $300,000. This kind of gives me that vibe. And it's just, I mean, it's just not a good situation. I hate to see anybody, go to jail over just doing something really stupid that could have been avoided. You know, I'm not sure, you guys. I'm not really sure. They were saying, like I said before, that it was something regarding the boy that she was dating, that they were having issues. Some people are saying that he caught him cheating. Um, but I'm not really sure about what, you know, 100%. But it just is not sounding right, you guys. If I get any more information, I will do an update. But as of right now, they are kind of showing that they don't have any evidence to corroborate the story that she gave, and then there were snacks missing as well. Um, and there was also some statements being made about something at a Red Roof Inn, which, if you Google the Red Roof Inn, that is one of the most common hotels that sex trafficking will happen from. I did not even actually know that. But yeah, so there's something going regarding that as well. I'm not really gonna touch on that because I've heard so many different stories about it, and it hasn't been a concrete statement made. Which maybe they'll try to figure that out or disclose that at the press conference. But all I know is, I mean, this is not good. You could potentially go to jail for a very long period of time. And you could be fined. I mean, that Sherry lady, she got fined $300,000. Close to like, almost $500,000 because of something stupid. And I just, I feel sorry for the whole situation. And I really feel sorry if she did, lie or whatever. I kind of feel sorry for her family because they really are just trying to, be there for her and be with her in this time. But it's just, if she lied about that stuff, it's just, it's really not anything her parents can really do to help assist her, like, from getting in trouble with the situation. Okay, you guys, so I just actually listened to the press conference. I'm gonna actually import some of the audio from it, and so you guys can hear it.
Missing during that conversation sometime after 9:36 p.m. Traffic camera footage was obtained which depicted this portion of the incident, and that footage was analyzed as part of the investigation in conjunction with the 911 call and cell phone data to accurately determine the time frame. Carly's 911 call remains the only report of a child on the interstate, despite numerous vehicles passing through the area at that time. No one has called to report that a child is missing, and the Hoover Police Department did not locate any evidence of a small child walking down the interstate. Data from Carly's phone, including her Life 360 app, shows that she traveled approximately 600 yards in her vehicle while she was on the phone with 911, stating that she was following a child. 600 yards. That is 6 football fields straight. 600 yards. The Hoover 911 Center received a second call from Carly's mother stating that a relative was on the phone with her when they heard Carly scream, and then they had an open phone line. Hoover police officers arrived on the scene within 5 minutes of being dispatched, and several other officers arrived shortly. They located Carly's wig and cell phone in the grass near the vehicle. Her purse was located in the front seat of her vehicle with her Apple Watch in the purse. The food she ordered for Tzatziki's was also in the car. The items she purchased from Target, as well as the items taken from her place of employment, were not in the vehicle, nor were they located anywhere around the scene. Hoover police deployed all available assets from the point in the search for Carly. Additional resources were called in to include our own drone unit, crime scene investigators. Numerous detectives responded to the scene. Throughout the day Friday, officers from surrounding local and federal agencies assisted Hoover police in the search for Carlee Russell. Officers returned to the scene on 459 to conduct a thorough line search for evidence. K-9 teams from the Jefferson County Sheriff's Department responded to check for any sign of Carly, the child that she claimed to see, and anything else that could be considered evidence in this case. Those searches all turned up empty. Private citizens, including search parties, began looking everywhere that they could to find any trace. These searches took place throughout the day Friday and again on Saturday, yielding nothing. At 10:44 p.m. on July 15th, the Hoover 911 Center receives a call from Carly's residence stating that she returned home on foot. In subsequent investigations, detectives obtained surveillance footage of Carly walking down the sidewalk alone prior to arriving at her residence. She was conscious and speaking with paramedics when she was transported to UAB. Detectives were able to obtain a brief statement from her prior to being treated and released. During the statement, she told detectives that while traveling down the interstate, she saw a baby walking down the side of the road and called 911. She stated when she got out of her vehicle to check on the child, a man came out of the trees and mumbled that he was checking on the baby. She claimed that the man then picked her up and she screamed. She stated he then made her go over a fence. She claims he then forced her into a car, and the next thing she remembers is being in the trailer of an 18-wheeler. She stated that the male was with a female. However, she never saw the female, only hearing her voice. She also told detectives she could hear a baby crying. She told detectives the male had orange hair with a big bald spot on the back. She said she was able to escape the 18-wheeler and fled on foot, only to be captured again and then was put in a car. She claimed she was then blindfolded but was not tied up because the captor said they did not want to leave impressions on her wrists. She said that they took her into a house and made her get undressed. She believes they took pictures of her, but she does not remember them having any physical or sexual contact. She stated the next day she woke up and was fed cheese crackers by the female. She said the woman also played with her hair, but could not remember anything else. At some point, she was put back in a vehicle she claims was able to escape while it was in the West Hoover area. She told detectives she ran through lots of woods until she came out near her residence. During this interview, detectives noted that Carlee had a small injury to her lip, and she claimed that her head was hurting. She also had a tear in her shirt. Detectives also noted that she had $107 cash in her right sock. Out of respect for Carlee and her family, detectives did not press for additional information in this interview and made plans to speak with her in detail after giving her time to rest. Detectives continue analyzing data from Carlee's cell phone that was left behind at the scene. We enlisted the help of the United States Secret Service in conducting this analysis. Part of what data includes several internet searches in the days leading up to their disappearance that I think are very relevant to this case. On July 11th at 7:30 a.m., the term, "Do you have to pay for an Amber Alert?" was searched. On July 13th at 1:03 a.m., the day of her disappearance, the term, "How to take money from a register without being caught," was searched. On July 13th at 2:13 a.m., the day of her disappearance, the term Birmingham bus station was searched. On July 13th, 2:35 a.m., a search for a one-way bus ticket from Birmingham to Nashville was conducted with a departure date of July 13th. On July 13th at 12:10 p.m., a search for the movie Taken, a film about abduction, was conducted. There were 2 searches related to Amber Alerts on a computer at Carlee's place of employment, including one regarding the maximum age of an Amber Alert. There were other searches on Carlee's phone that appeared to shed some light on her mindset, but out of respect for her privacy, we will not be releasing the content of those searches at this time. We've asked to interview Carlee a second time, but have not been granted that request. As you can see, there are many questions left to be answered, but only Carlee can provide those answers. What we can say is that we've been unable to verify most of Carlee's initial statement made to investigators, and we have no reason to believe that there is a threat to the public safety related to this particular case. Thank you very much.